Welcome to Data Driven with Anna Analytics and Jay Roberts, and we have some crazy stats for you. Anna's going to talk about cash. I'm talking about taxes today. Anna?
We'll start off with some shocking numbers.
Let's hear
because
it.
the level of cash flowing into the Miami market is astounding. So in 2025, for the calendar year, condos past $1 million in Miami-Dade County were 70% all cash.
Wow, 70% all cash.
At $1 million. And the higher up you go in price per square foot, the more it is all cash at $2,000 a foot. So at the upper echelons of the market, 85% all cash.
So people are not getting financing. That is a sign of a healthy market, of a strong market, where people are not going to the bank to get a loan, coming in with just 20% down. That means people are coming all cash on the high ends of the market. Really, the wealthy are moving here and they're buying all cash, 85% all cash.
They're putting capital into this region. And it indicates that it's a very solid market and that it's the opposite of a bubble.
Absolutely. I was talking with David Tiddens about bubbles yesterday. What's happening is the wealthy are moving in and buying. Howard Schultz just bought it at the Four Seasons.
At over $8,000 a foot.
He paid $8,000 a square foot. $8,000. When they opened, it was $3,000 a square foot, $4,000, $5,000. He just set a record. Not only are the cash percentages going up here in Florida, our friends in New York, they're having fun. They are proposing to raise taxes. Mayor Zohran Mamdani, he has two paths to fill a $5.4 billion budget gap. They actually have this in their proposal, in their document that's published online. Okay. Path number one is called tax the rich, tax the wealthy. Okay. So that's his plan. He was on TV earlier talking about it, and this is how he thinks: is tax the wealthy so that more people will stay in New York.
Saw that. I thought it was a parody, like a South Park type joke, but it was real. That their math doesn't account for the fact that they'll leave. Somehow his math is saying the opposite. That must be that new math they teach in New York City public schools.
That is, yeah. All the money that they're spending on the public schools. New York's budget, path number one, tax the rich. Path number two is to increase property taxes by 9.5%.
That's significant.
That is huge. By contrast, we have Florida, which voted in the House to eliminate property taxes.
Yep.
Okay. So New York's spending is out of control. Absolutely out of control. New York City's budget is more than the whole state of Florida.
Correct. And wasn't he also talking about increasing the death tax and lowering the threshold?
Not only is Mamdani proposing to raise taxes on you if you're alive, also if you're dead. Okay? So he's raising taxes on the dead. And the current exemption is $7.1 million, and he's looking to lower the exemption by 90% to $750,000 and increase that tax rate from 16% to 50%.
So basically anyone who owns any type of property in New York City is on the hook for this.
We're seeing this trend, blue states raising taxes.
It's the pattern we've been seeing since the immediate aftermath of COVID, a whole divergence of policy across the country.
Before this week, there was 9 states that have zero income tax. The state of Washington just voted to implement a 9.9% income tax on people making $1 million or more. Let me read the list of states that don't have income taxes, okay? Alaska, no state income tax. Nevada, no state income tax. New Hampshire, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Wyoming, and of course, the great state of Florida.
And what's interesting is in this basket of states, only a few of them have what we can call real global cities. So
That's right.
within these states that have no income tax, there's really no large city in Alaska and Wyoming. They're beautiful places you can go that are picturesque, but they're not business centers in the global city sense of the word. So really, we have Florida and Texas that have large cities.
That's right. Florida, Texas, Tennessee.
There's Nashville, correct. Yeah, Nashville. Yeah, no, Peter Thiel was saying that. I saw that interview that he felt that Nashville was his second alternative to Miami because he didn't quite like Texas. But that was his point, that these states don't have cities.
Yeah.
So when you drill down to states with no income tax and that have global cities,
Truly
they're
livable
really
cities.
not that many. There are very few.
That's right. That's
And
right.
those are the patterns of interstate migration that we've seen since the aftermath of COVID, is Florida and Texas neck and neck.
So more taxes in New York likely coming. New York City, personal income tax, a 2% increase. Corporate taxes, okay, from 9 to 10.8%. These add up you're getting taxed a
None
lot.
of this is going to attract people, right? So when you look
Right.
at stuff like this, what is the exact effect going to be? I don't know, but it's definitely going to kick more people out.
Right.
It's not going to be an attractor. It's not a magnet. It's a detractor. So it's going to pour more gasoline on the wealth as exodus fires, and it's a net negative. So their math isn't really accounting for the fact that they're going to lose more people and they're gaining in the tax. It's a net negative,
That's
as
right.
it always is. This is not a shocking statement. It always goes that way.
Have they thought about just spending less money?
No, so it's a funny thing. We have lots of examples throughout history, well, and in the present time, of politicians in jurisdictions that are already hemorrhaging money and business, right? And what do? They enact more policies that are hostile to capital. We obviously know what's going to happen, but they do it anyway. So they ran on that platform. Their only objective, their primary objective, is to stay in power and to pander to their base. That's it. They're not aligned with the long-term prosperity of their jurisdictions. And that's why they create these actions that lead to further decimation of capital bases, but they stay in power, it feeds into their base, and they keep themselves where they are.
More stats, more numbers for you guys. And for those of you real estate listeners, real estate investors, real estate owners, not only is New York proposing income taxes, higher death taxes, they're also proposing a mansion tax.
Yes, I saw that.
So
Correct.
more just
There's a clear pattern here, boys and girls.
the theme for New York is, and Mom Dami, taxes. What happened to the free buses, free grocery stores?
That got him elected. And now perhaps those people, maybe now he can leverage the anger that his that his unrealized promises have generated and channel that anger into taxing the rich.
Zoran. Okay, more stats, and these are my final stats for you guys listening, okay? Do you know what state of all 50 states has the highest taxes per capita, per person?
I do not. California, I'm guessing.
New York.
New York, okay.
So New York has, for 2025, state and local taxes collected $12,685 per person, okay, per capita. Number two, who do you think has the number
California.
two? California, $10,319 per person in taxes, okay?
Per person who pays taxes, to be clear.
Exactly.
Which is not the money, okay?
So you have New York, all the way number one, highest taxes in all of the United States. California right there, number two, okay? And Florida, where we are, okay? Where do you think we land? We have no state income taxes.
We're in the bottom 10.
We are number 47.
Okay, yeah.
So we have nearly the lowest taxes in the entire country. One of the greatest lifestyles here. Florida's taxes, $4,914 per person. Small government, free, encourage business, great lifestyle. That's why you see everyone moving here.
It's a simple formula.
Anna, another great week on data-driven Anna Analytics. This was awesome. We'll be back to
Thank you.
in 2 weeks.
Lots of good things ahead.